Well, hello there. It is 10:41 p.m. on November 29th, 2024. Um, this is for week 48. Uh, you're looking at a very happy camper right now. A very happy camper. I was told that Christmas was going to come early this year. This is what this feels like. I've had a very good couple of days. Um, Mixed bag, and I'll get into that. But just last couple days have been pretty good. So I wanted to. I was gonna record this in here anyway, and I wanted it to be a video. There's some stuff I want to show you, including this backdrop right here. So I'll just go to my notes and do it like normal, you know. Um. So no drinking or smoking happened this week. I have been having some more skin issues. Uh, and I believe it's because of my not eating fruit and vegetables and or V8 for quite a while. That's how I believe I was drinking pickle juice and that was like making me feel it's like making me more resistant, making my skin more sturdy. So I didn't spend more money on food. Um, so November we successfully stayed at 200. Um, and I basically started December today, which is kind of weird to say uh, after just saying that, but um, it's Black Friday, so I bought stuff in advance basically. Um, I'm gaining followers and subscribers pretty rapidly. Um, yeah, it's pretty insane. I was actually watching a vlog from last year at the end of the year. Like I watched a few actually. Um, I wanted to see what I was doing around this time, which I didn't have the vlog for exactly this week, but I watched like week 50, 51, and 52. And I was talking about how I was gaining followers then and how it was kind of insane to me how steadily it was happening. And it's increased since then, obviously. But yeah, it's like specifically lately, I kind of come to expect it, which is just crazy to say, man. Just crazy to say. Um, Seeing many, there's just many beautiful things about this place. You know what I mean? Including the plentiful amount of women. Just gotta say that. Been doing a lot of chilling though, right? The holidays sort of knocked me off schedule a bit. I didn't go exactly how I wanted it to go to. I tried to be efficient about where I was at, so I kind of got off to a bad start. Um, and then I just started to kind of, I was like, whatever, vibing. And yeah, a lot about scrolling up and basically like watching a bunch of videos about Chicago and like the drill scene there and like the drama that unfolds and has unfolded and is currently unfolding. Like Lil Durk is in just got picked up by the feds just the other day. So um working. I saw somebody at the gym with the OTF chain today. I thought that was scary. Um, anyway, so I made 3 songs, and that's a big part of why I was so turned. I literally just like, um, let's see. Oh, I was happy about my trip to the DMV. which was technically fruitless, but I was in a very good mood and I recorded a song and uh, I felt like it was uh, intro material, and then um, I had like because it had a lot of relevant stuff to like my immediate circle, kind of like I did in Remedy. So it's literally like exactly that. And I was talking about how I get that I get the beginning and the end is pretty obvious to me, and then the middle part is the part that's takes a minute. But um, I was talking. I just basically I got it early because I got the intro part like probably like February or something like that, or like March, like late February, early March. But I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it now, but I'm also kind of like not sure. But if I end up doing things the same way I did them last time, like similarly, it probably will be. Just because the there's a strategy to the way that I formatted the beginning of the last one, which was like before getting too personal. I basically made tracks that are I just play on the mystery that I have with like if the person was the first time they listened to me, then my I just use that mystery to my advantage, and then and that lends itself to a certain type of song, and I just want to make hard type of music there, and then um slowly kind of like relax from there. That's just kind of how I do it. So the I, and also I like the idea of transmuting. Like one of the songs is called Thanksgiving, right? The other one's called November 5th. Uh, and those are two. The reason they're named those things is because they were recorded on those days, and they're relevant because I wasn't with my family at that time, or the people, right? Because the November 5th is my dad's birthday, and then Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. And then the other song, it just so happened to like it's so perfect, like the name of the song, like because of the hook that I wrote, and then like the subject matter, uh, it's like it's very it's like upbeat. I don't know about that part as much. Because I kind of like the idea of slowly speeding up the tempo, as well, kinda. But we'll see. That was a good use of my time because uh of the holidays, right? And I was just excited. I almost wanted to release it today, but I thought I was like, I need to touch these up. They're not exactly finished, but it's like if I could say this now, if I could like have them hear this now, it would be so dope. But I think it's not as much as me saying it to them. I think it's just cool that I used that as inspiration because it doesn't necessarily like even if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's still a cool sounding take on. So I didn't get my license yet because of the DMB. I didn't pass the test of the DMB. I went in and you know there was some trouble at first, but I said the least amount of things I needed to say with the lady that was giving me trouble, and I just went ahead and took my test. Didn't make it, and I thought about just leaving, but it did give me instructions to talk to the instructor or whatever, to one of the people. And so I waited in line, and then I talked to her, and she said, "Well," so I'm glad I waited because like, if I just left, I wouldn't have got this piece of information. She basically told me if you have a webcam, a camera with like I'm sorry, a computer with a webcam, then you can test at home. And I think that guarantees I'll pass my next attempt. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say, which means that I'll probably, if I can test over the weekend, I can probably have it by Monday, which means I can have it insured by Monday and all that, and just be completely right, Lord. but that's not even all of it, right? So um so I got a comforter. I spent like $10 at Goodwill. I got a comforter, much appreciated. Um, it's almost like a little bit too comfortable because yeah, it's hard to get out of. Um, but yeah, I made a little like makeshift sleeping bag slash fabric taco for me to make an igloo in, where I can benefit from the recycling of my body heat, to be somewhat comfortable and fall asleep and not get sick. That type of stuff. Because yesterday it was definitely below freezing yesterday, and there was definitely some ice, which is I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It comes with the territory. Um, I don't think it gets much colder than that though. I mean, I mean, it's still early, right? It's still not even December yet. So bring it on. This reminds me of when I was in my van the very first time, I believe. Yeah. And it was kind of cold, and I was like cuddled up on a dog bed on the floor watching anime on my laptop. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Running that off my car battery, or I mean, it might have had a battery. I think it did have a battery actually. So, um, yeah, it was very cozy, and the winter is notorious. You just make it through the winter. You don't thrive in the winter. You just survive the winter. So that kind of connects to what where I'm going with this whole speech I have here, because I have some notes, man. I don't normally show this. I don't normally show anything now, don't I? But this is that is the notes. Mm, okay, so speaking of the cold, my opportunities to do sessions was way too low, you know, and it was like conflict with other things. But the point being, I had to be able to do it in the cold, so I figured out how to do that, and it's like pretty consistent. It doesn't, you know, unless it's like really cold, and yeah, I don't want to get into that, but basically I can make it happen whenever I want to, and then I got a few 4 hour days in, so I'm excited about that. But again, taking it easy. Um, so I also found a very cheap way to block out sunlight and insulate the windows. I'm just gonna say that the product via Reflectix. I haven't looked into exactly what it looks like built like, but I think I can make it work, and it's probably not gonna cost that much to do. And then like some Velcro, and then it's like now I can literally like, mm, I mean it's pretty dope. I like the idea of that privacy, full privacy, which is amazing. Like people not knowing if I'm home or not, kind of thing. And then also, um, I don't know, like I think it's gonna do good. It's gonna be good for the heat in here, which is good. I should probably do that pretty soon, actually. That's like an anytime thing. I just go to the store, purchase it. It's like 20 to $50 or whatever for the whole project, and I just like get the shit, set it up, and that'll be a huge change. Uh, man, I'm excited right now. Damn. Okay, so batteries are behaving well. Seemingly 26.5 at night with no load is seemingly topped off. Right? Like I think I it pretty consistently comes back down to that, and that makes some amount of sense. Um, and basically like I've pretty much tested it. It's essentially like depending on what you're doing, like if you're streaming, you could do 4 hours of streaming and probably get away with just that, depending on the game you're playing. And then, and this is with the equipment that I've been using, by the way, which I'm just, this is just foreshadowing. Um, but because I did have an issue and the reason I know this because I streamed Elite Dangerous, which is in what is this? What's the word? Is particularly difficult for the on the batteries because of the stream being heavy, using a lot of power, and then the graphics situation, and then the internet situation of the game itself. So very like it's the heaviest kind of thing I can do. Um, I did that for like 4 hours, and it would like it pretty much that was what it could do. I think I might have been on it for a little bit before that. I can't really remember. So it's like 4 to 6 hours of, and it was cold as shit too. Um, and to be fair, it didn't like fully recover uh in one full day like that either. So I don't know if yeah, but again, there's some things that I've changed that is gonna make things a little bit better. I feel so. Um, because it's actually a noticeable like when I wasn't streaming, right? When I was trying to do something in the game that was like, you could tell it was somewhat intense. You could just tell this thing was like the fans are kicking on, it's sucking power, and you could see this number go down. So I'm playing in an IRL game and in a whatever game. I want to play some more of that. Okay, I said that already. Right. So then what happened was, and this is crazy because I just wanted I guess I got back from the DMV and it was the day before Thanksgiving, so I just wanted to kind of chat. I had an opportunity, and I called my aunt and I called my cousin, and that it was good because it kind of like made it to where I wasn't awake for most of Thanksgiving. Like it's not like I woke up at 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving and just had to sit through the day and not have anything to do. Um, and just think. But I got up and then decided, like for whatever reason, just wanted to make a song, so I just did that. I didn't have anything. I think that happens when I have a lot of runway on my YouTube queue and schoolwork. I tend to like record more with that time that I have. Um, so I talked to my cousin, who told me some very disturbing news, and that I'm going to talk about why that's relevant for me because and not the actual situation, but I'm going to say that that's been preoccupying pretty much. I've been trying to settle it in my mind so I don't have to think about it. It's like, okay, what is my strategy? What is my approach? Right? Try not to harp on it too much and make and disgust myself. But sometimes randomly throughout the day there's like this, you know, random kind of thought that I start thinking. I'm like, and then I feel gross and shit. So that kind of threw me off today specifically. I just started thinking about it randomly. I was eating and between sets, and then I was like, okay, I'm upset and I need to talk to someone. And like my eyes were red. I was not feel I could barely talk. I was like pacing around. So um yeah. That wasn't actually the first time that she told me, but I just kind of had a more in-depth conversation about what we had spoken about, and you know, I think I have an idea. Like it's gonna get resolved. Is the point? It's gonna get resolved, and there's no. if ands or buts about it, and it's gonna be right. It's gonna be made right. It's not right right now, but it's gonna be made right. So, um, yeah, it was good because it just kept me up. I kept like we prayed all types of stuff. It was amazing. Uh, and then I just slept in. And actually, I broke night last night, so I've been doing like this weird like you know uh, it's like my days are double days, and then my sleeps are half a day or something like that. Um, keep losing my spot. I keep thinking about going to Florida for Christmas or soon thereafter, and I actually calculated the gas to be about $600, which is nothing. Um, but realistically speaking, why? Like, no, it's not really a good idea to do that. That's just like extra, and especially given what the kind of you know, I was thinking that the last couple days, it would be nice to just like arrive at my parents' house on Christmas Day, or like, surprise some family members, and maybe, uh, my cousin is gonna be at my aunt's for a while, and she has a new cat, and her youngest is going to high school, so I was like, and I feel like I don't even have to burden her by being in her house. I could just be around. I feel like that's an environment I would like to be around right now. But like for the early part of the year, because I'm not going to be doing anything anyway. But I say that, but really, it's probably better I just stick to my routine and stay away from those people. Just to be honest with you. But in this position, I wouldn't mind it, as much. But it's really just kind of like fantasizing. It's not. I don't think there's really. It's not practical at all. Um, or strategically beneficial. So my YouTube queue and schoolwork runway has pretty much run out. So I need to, get back on that. And I'm gonna try to not do it so much in advance anymore, especially my schoolwork, because I think they don't like that. Um, which is understandable, but I just was, there's like a huge move of the chain. I needed that time. I needed it. I recorded so much music, dude, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I have like 31 tracks right now that are in the rough playlist. So I didn't make just 31 tracks. I made like probably like 50 tracks. And then there's 31 that are like I could consider using, and then the number lower than that, I haven't done that number yet, but um it's probably something like at least 15, you know what I mean? And I still have 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months more, and I've been recording at a crazy clip since I've been in this situation. Um, but yeah, so I did 8 sets in post today. Um, and those days are so good. When I have when I can go and I could shoot around and just kind of hang out at the gym and do those sets. It's really nice, and it feels good to keep up with my ledger, if you will. Um, and that was today, which is Black Friday. And after I did those sets and posts, I went to Taco Bell because I said I want some Taco Bell, treating myself a little bit. I wanted to get some pizza at first. I was like, I'm gonna get all this stuff. Right, it's Black Friday. I'm gonna go get these technologies. I'm gonna go to the dispensary. I'm sure they have some type of deals going on, and then I'm gonna go to Target and do that because why not? And then I'm gonna um and then on top of that, I'm gonna get like Pizza Hut, and that's the kind of day we're gonna have today. I decided not to do that. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get a five. I'm gonna get a $5 beef burrito because you know, this is the price is ridiculous. Then they got me with the nacho fries. right? I literally refilled a Wendy's cup for the soda, and I ate that. And then, I started doing I never really checked how far. I know Best Buy was within reach. I just didn't know like how far it was and how many buses went. And apparently there wasn't that many buses running today. So like the buses, yeah, they were separated by a lot, and basically, if I was gonna get there before they closed, I needed to like go pretty much immediately, and I didn't even have time to go home to like drop my gym shit. I just had to go straight there to Best Buy, and it was packed. You know what I mean? It's packed. The plaza was packed. Cars everywhere. I never took advantage of Black Friday before in my life, and I think like that's part of why I wanted to this year because it's like, man, this is the best time. Now or never kind of thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I went to Best Buy and I was trying to look around myself first and then I was like, man, this is like I thought for sure they'd have what I asked for and then I or what I was looking for, but I couldn't even find like the brand. I saw one thing that they had. They had like this like Steam Deck looking thing, like a PS like a big PSP or like one of those like the switches, that type of thing. For like it's for PC gaming for like a Steam Deck, and Asus ROG is the thingamajiggy, and I guess I'll go grab this thing. Do I unbox this thing right now? I mean, I guess I can. So this is my adult Christmas right here, man. You got replacement headphones basically because this is what happened to these. I mean, these things were already beat to shit, but then they really got smashed. So I'm pretty sure these are the exact same ones, but just new. And these are the best headphones. These are the best headphones I've ever had, and they're not even that expensive. They're like 85 dollars. Have the Bluetooth, um, and the auxiliary cord that you can unplug or plug in, so it doesn't use batteries if you do it that way. Charges fast, has a lot of noise canceling over ear, that kind of thing. Um, this is like an end game purchase, right? This is like doesn't matter if I was the richest man on earth or whatever. This is kind of what I would be wanting. Um, and then you have your laptop here, which I don't know if I could. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna try to open this thing. Um, because that's what you do, right? I'm actually kind of curious because it it looks odd, to be honest with you. Like the way it's built, it's very sleek, but when you look at the specs, it's a big boy. It has a lot of power to it. So I just want to like take a closer look because I just kind of went based off of like I just went off my gut. I'll be honest. God, that took way longer than I thought it would. All right. So yeah, this is it's kind of funny because I skipped this portion of the Christmas one from last year. Um, I'm pretty sure I watched it. That's probably something I've watched the most actually. I just didn't watch it today. But this is like everything's happening, but it's just happening earlier. Same things, it's just all happening earlier. So I'm just gonna do this now because why not? So I'm actually, recording a song, the one I've been using. Um, I'm trying not to break anything. Okay, looking good. Okay, okay. We've got some stuff to brace it, which I was like somewhat concerned about. Because I was on a bus, and, it was all bumpy, and I just had it on the ground and shit. Okay, so we've simplified this. Well, one box has become two boxes. That's what's happened here. I'm thinking this is all the plugs and the things like that. Yep, you got your. Yep, that's exactly what this is. Plug. This looks very nice. This was $1,400. That's what this was. Boy. And like the headphones, I imagine this is supposed to be pretty much endgame for me because it's pretty much overkill already. It's overkill for what I ever really need, and I don't think what I need is gonna change much for a long, long time. By the way, to be fair, the desktop that I have at my parents' house or whatever is 12 years old, and I still get use out of that. So I do well with preserving computers. And this is a brand new top of the line, gaming laptop. So I think it'll be fine. I don't think it'll disappoint me, but I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned. I'm not a little concerned. I'm just like, not sure. I don't know yet. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, whatever. You'll see. It just looks like a little it's lightweight. It's very lightweight. So very aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so it is still in this box, man. And this is the correct name, so they gave me the right box, that's for sure. Oh man, packaging is beautiful. Look at this thing. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. This is the fucking computer, bro. This is the whole computer. Like, I mean, I guess it's similar to this size. It doesn't have a numpad on the keyboard. So I literally was not factoring. It's not important. Oh my goodness. Boy, let me tell you something. This thing has a look to it now. It's sleek and simplistic looking. What's this? What do we got? We got a warranty, information form, product information. I've lost like stuff that I should not lose, and I'm not gonna let that happen this time. So this thing, I don't think I'm gonna turn it on and all that. But you got your gaming laptop. I can't believe this thing is so tiny. It is so tiny. I guess I could like look up the specs uh online. I do have the name. So let's see. But before I do that, I'll just kind of keep going. So I also got went to there was a I was gonna go to the dispensary I went to before, but um there was just one like I was going to the bus stop and it was just like one right there. So I was like, oh shit, here you go. Um and they were very nice. I got two of these. I already opened one of them. So this is just a little vapey. I got two of them, so this should hopefully I'm hoping they last me quite a while. This was like $70. This right here, mate, I'm trying to tell you something. This I don't want to open it, but and the camera's not doing it justice. But I bought a little. This is 4 grams. This is about to be insane when I get the gravity box set up. Boy, it's a life is about to be crazy in here. All right, so let me just look up this. Oh shit. Because I ripped my pants. So I don't even know how you say the word. It's like it's Rog Z. It's a Z word. Zephyrus, which seems very flagshipy. The one that I wanted was called a Strix. That's the original one that I was like looking at online or whatever. And there was no reason for that. I just thought it was like based off of how it looked. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going for. Swear to God. Come on, man. I need to get a new phone. I need to get, but not this time. Rog Zephyr. It has different types of like there's different types. It's not that simple. I can't with this right now. Yes, it has and this one has Intel i7. I don't think mine had an Intel i7 when I looked, but we'll just test it out, man. Eventually, it's gonna get tested out. I'm almost like 1,000% sure it's gonna be like 50 to 100% better than what I have right now, and that's gonna be nice. Cool. So we got that done, and then I think that's pretty much that. Um, Now we're gonna get to what we have to do. Oh, um, this whole situation, like the delicacy of the situation, is all the more reason not to drink. I actually had a day the other day where I just kind of was like laying in bed. I don't know if I just woke up or what, but I was like, I felt like I might not ever drink again. It was that kind of feeling, and I don't want to. I'm not sharing it to. Don't hold me to it, but like it's hard to explain, but I felt like I might not ever drink again, which is weird, which is cool. I hope that is the case. Um, but for the foreseeable future, like similar to last year where I actually started like mid-December based off of what I just saw. I started Etch a Sketch November 15th. I haven't used that term in a long time either. That was a term that I re-remembered by watching those. So, yeah, we want to not jeopardize anything at all. We need to be on our square and just do the best we possibly can. Um, so to do schoolwork, U2Q, uh, license, insurance, and that should be Monday. I'm hoping that I can pretty much make that happen Monday. Financial aid, that's a big one. That's a big one. Um, yeah, I'm hoping like because I, from my recollection, um, financial the way that financial aid worked, they wouldn't uh let you go to school all year long. You know what I mean? Like you had to, they wouldn't pay just keep for you to keep going. You could only do like 4 terms, not 6. So I'm a little bit I'm like I brought it up to my counselor or whatever. So she was like, no, you shouldn't have to. Nope. Like she like that's not maybe it was maybe it was a thing back in the day when I was getting my associate's degree, but maybe it's not now. So I took her word for it, but we still haven't gotten any confirmation on it. And I think we're approaching the time where she said we need to actually call and confirm what's going on. Um, and then like I have some, like just like I said, I don't think they like me doing schoolwork fast, and that's based off of the feedback on my last post. So I want to like rectify. I gotta like edit that to fit the standards, or at least make sure that I understand the standards, and then continue. I have A's in both classes, making that fucking clear. But yeah, just continue to get A's in those classes, and then yeah, that financial aid thing. Like basically, that's a big one. Like if I get financial aid, if I'm getting financial aid in the same pace and the same clip that I've been getting it, I really have nothing to worry about at all. If I don't, then it's like now it's like, oh shit, I have to like sell plasma and like get a guard card immediately, if you know what I mean, like pretty much. Um, so I hope that's not the case. And then because that would be like an immediate thing. I would be like, oh, I need to get going. But I also have on here move, meaning like, I still want to get to a more out of the way spot in an ideal sun location, or just rotate in more ideal spots once I have my license and I'm courageous enough to do that. Lord of mercy, I need to stop saying that shit so loud. Then I um credit. I put on here also make more Gmails. Because I'm preparing for the re-release of Remedy and the release of Goon, and that's gonna be useful. So, and also just it's just a good thing to do anyway. But yeah. So then I literally wrote down give yourself credit. So, I was mentioning earlier how these two things are essentially end game items, meaning like no matter the circumstances, these are the actual items I would want to get. Right? So the laptop, that's a big one. You feel me? Then you got, those headphones, that's a big one. Well, what are some other ones I have? Oh, the toy, briefcase, you know, um, like stuff that I purchased in the last, like these socks, things that I purchased in the last big Amazon purchase. All those things are, most of them are end game items essentially. And there's a lot of like grooming, like male grooming shit in there that I got. It wasn't like expensive or major, but still like again. useful long term is what I'm trying to say. Um, Even in the final situation, like these items their permanence will last into the ideal situation. So that's you and basically, I actually just did the math on, you know, like how much I expect, how much I literally I figured out a lot in a very short amount of time. I had some coffee that I left myself when I left this morning for the gym. I just took my protein shake and left this coffee because I don't want to, I don't like filling both hands up. So I just like drank that coffee. I took a toke on the bus before I came back, so I needed to kind of like spruce up so I could do this real quick. And I was preoccupied with the math of things because basically when I went to the Best Buy, I was like, I'm trying to get this on credit. You know what I mean? So they ran a credit. Thankfully, when I went, because it looks like they weren't gonna tell me about it. They have a lease thing. Um, where you don't need to use your credit basically. And I applied for a credit, they denied me. That was not a surprise. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if they accepted me either or whatever. It was kind of like whatever, we'll just try it. And then they did the leasing option thing, and even that one was scary because it was like they're asking me for like bank information and shit, and they have weird terms. They have really weird like they want to take it right out of the bank and they want to do it like bi-weekly and shit, and they're being all fucking extra. So it's like, okay, dude. Um, you basically pay nothing extra if you pay it in 3 months, and that's what's gonna happen actually. Fuck, you know, that's what's probably gonna happen. That is what's gonna happen. Um, and then I just basically I knew that it's like I know I like keeping cash, right, to protect yourself, but I've never calculated how much I should have. And then I just basically calculated. I just said like, okay, a rack sounds good. That's like 10. That's like actually like 11 months as paying the minimum if the card is maxed out, right? So you keep about that much, um, and then but you see you still keep track of your ledger. You still keep track of like, okay, this much is what I have. This is how much I owe, and yeah, I'm able to keep that. Like I'm able to make these payments towards this computer and just like take the money, and then I'll pay it off with card, and then still keep my buffer. Uh, and we are paying interest. Like we are paying a very small amount of interest, which is like, to me, I'm not. It's like I pay interest and then I get cash rewards. So it's like, does it really, I feel like it balances itself out. It really doesn't matter. I'm living in the future because of the front that they gave me anyway. So what else am I saying, bro? What am I saying? Yeah, it really does feel magical, man. Because uh, I didn't think about it. I said, bro, on Black Friday, this is what I want to do. I just want to do this. I don't even, you know what I mean? And I feel like I think I can. So ideally it would have been, they had a, like, if they would have given me the first one, it's 24 month, zero APR, $50 a month. Come on, man. That's crazy. But it's not that, but it still gives me, some type of buffer and some type of time, so I don't have to separate from all of my money right now and feel that way. Um, so yeah, basically, right now I'm in the position where if I get EBT, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm able to do the endorsed bill process, it's a wrap. Um, and And that process is like one of the easier processes. I just haven't wanted to bother Capital One to like, you know, tip them off that I'm like that. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to be doing that yet, but it's a thing that I might try at least once, you know, or I could like start putting feelers out there or something. I don't know. But basically we have essentially I want to say two. Like I put down 20 days, but it's really more like 6 weeks of play, essentially, of enjoying the spoils of the situation and just doing the routine and getting in a groove. I guess building that momentum. And uh, I do have like some macro planning happening, some preparation for like mid January, which is when I intend on making moves, whether that be getting a guard card. Actually, if I'm getting a guard, if I think my guard card decision would already be made by then. It's about whether or not like I'll be looking for a job as a security guard or whatever. I'll say what I just said. That's when I'll be looking for a guard card or traveling. Right. That's when I would start potentially traveling. Um, and uh, that's when I would start like back credit repair or legal action as well. So I need to do my I just have BOI at the bottom. I need to do my BOI now. Like it's supposed to be done. It's got to be done by the first of 2025. So I just need to do that real quick. I'm gonna put that higher up by on the to-do list. Put it. Oh, put it like this. So yeah, I'm over the moon. I'm tired right now. I haven't slept. Um, I don't know what. I think I woke up at like 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving, and then I just like stayed up. I made a song, and then I ended up streaming Elite Dangerous for 4 hours, and then like when that wrapped up, it was like 2 a.m. and I just like went and got the coffee, started journaling. I laid down for a little bit, and I took a toke and laid down for a little bit, and then I went to the gym, and the rest is history. But yeah, I basically I actually have like an outline at this point of how what to expect, like the ebbs and flows of the ledger, how much cash and how much debt I'll have based on estimates of um based on what I was getting before school money, and I even have basically by the end of it, if I do nothing else and I just stay with these same bills, I end up with like a couple thousand, because I also calculated in the American whatever the tax credit you get for going back to school, basically. Um, but I don't even know if I can get that. Do I get that? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. And I didn't realize that until today. So yeah, I'm just trying to play inside of myself. You know what I mean? Like stay in. Man, I saw such a baddie at the Dollar Tree today, boy. Let me tell you something. Um, nah, but yeah, I'm gonna try to. Now it's like be grateful. Allow the gratefulness to wash over you and build that momentum and keep on keeping on in this like super ideal state. But oh yeah, so I need to put Reflectix up too. Let me put that. Yeah, boy. I'm gonna tell you something. It's lit. It's lit. You hear me? Yeah. My tired ass is about to be passed the fuck out. Well, I love you. I appreciate you. It's been a pleasure. I will be talking to you in about a week for week 49. I anticipate there being news only about I guess updates on how the tech went um or is going, and also how and also where I'm parked at, and regular like routine stuff, and licensing and insurance, and hopefully BOI and financial aid as well. Yes. Yes, financial aid confirmation. Insurance. Moved. Doing the routine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me go to sleep. Love you.